It's time for the Showtime and Timberwolves Show with your hosts Paladino Joey and the People's Champ Vince Germano.
I wouldn't put anything past us, and that's the goal, is to get to the finals and win it.
Minnesota. Had to do that.
Yeah. So you don't want Tyrone Corbin coaching you?
I noticed that. Yeah, I noticed he might be out. He wouldn't be too bad. He's probably, I don't even know what to make of him.
You don't want Tyrone Corbin, mate.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of him. But yeah, he's probably nothing really impressive about him.
So how long till Adelman is actually officially fired, or he officially resigns? How long? What's the hold up here?
Well, the opt-out dealie is between it's a 2-week period, so that's right. Basically 2 weeks pending the final game of the season. So
yep.
It's a mutual opt-out deal.
Okay. And the list of candidates I saw, mate. We've got Tom Izzo. Might escapes me here because we should probably say this is our breakup episode. We're having a drink.
Mm-hmm.
We're a little bummed that we're not in the playoffs again.
Yep.
Well, for the first time in a long time for me. Yeah. Again for you.
10 years we've been getting broken up. The girl dumped us again. Yep. It's
Yikes.
A breakup, all right. Breakup episode.
Minnesota, forever single. No, so you've got Tom Izzo.
Yes. Yep.
Fred Hoiberg.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who else are they looking at there? You escapes me at the minute, but I'm not really sold on Tom Izzo. One name that's missing from the list is Lionel Hollins. How are you not looking at Lionel Hollins is beyond me.
I'm not sure. It seems like right now it's like some type of plan. It's just starting to float around that if perhaps we don't get a Fred Hoiberg, which it looks like probably not. It looks like he wants to stick around in Iowa State for the time being. Tom Izzo's kind of like a pipe dream and all that good stuff. It's starting to look like we may possibly be temporarily having flipped coach and then, not that I agree with it or anything, but flip temporarily coaching and have the coach of the future as an assistant, or possibly just have that coach of the future take over, and it'll be somebody who's new, like a possible name that's been floating around. It's nothing concrete of any kind, but a Chauncey Billups. Yes.
Yikes.
Yeah, Mr. Big Shot.
Wowzers, Chauncey Billups. I don't know if I like that either.
Mm-hmm. And watch him just stay in Detroit anyway,
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me. Or go back to Denver. That's the other thing they were talking about a while ago, that he'd ultimately wind up in their front office.
It would be hilarious if he ended up with D'Antoni.
No! I'll be
hilarious.
Like, this peanut? No, I got sure. This guy.
Oh, mate. You'd be giving up 180 points a game and scoring 170.
Sounds about where we've been the last couple of years, though. Anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just about.
But I've said this to Hank, my illustrious host on Courtside Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I would. Why is Bill Laimbeer not getting a head coaching gig?
I've been wondering that. It seems like he's kind of one of those. He's one of those blacklists, I think. You know how there's a few guys in the NBA like that.
But if he's had assistant coaching jobs, he was
Yeah.
assistant at Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
He's had head coaching jobs in the WNBA, I think.
Yeah, and chips, as you like to call them. Yeah, at least two chips.
Two chips coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody give this man a job.
You know who should? I don't know if our buddy over there at Rip City will like it or not, but maybe he would actually. Detroit. You think?
That would be friggin' awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, there you go. Detroit Shock, Detroit Pistons. There it is.
Oh, mate, he would take that job in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think he'd take the Minnesota one in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
boy, I tell you what, you'd be beating people up, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that would be great. It would be kind of fun.
He wouldn't take any shit. He'd just say, "You, God damn it, when they come in the lane, knock them out."
Yeah, elbow in the spine. Elbow in the spine, the ribs, the breastbone, whatever it is, a little bit below that. Who knows? I just saw something. Mm-hmm.
I said, absolutely. I would kill to see that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, and if any team needs a tough SOB culture to come to Minnesota, it's our team. Yeah, I just spoiled it already. I can't even. If any team needs a tough SOB culture, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves, without a doubt, because we are wusses.
Yeah, a little bit. Apart from Peck.
A little bit.
Peck, you wouldn't want to meet Peck in a dark alley, would you?
No, that's the one guy who isn't a wuss. But the culture here in Minnesota is just too wimpy, and it drives me nuts.
Well, there you have it. I'm just gonna put it out there that I would hire. We figured out your coaching problem. Hire Bill Laimbeer.
It is kind of ironic when you think about as we crack this sucker open right here. Yes,
Big time.
yes, sir. Yeah, it would be quite ironic to go from Kurt Rambis, him assisting Kurt Rambis to becoming the head coach, and how bad Kurt Rambis was. It's just interesting to imagine that we'd hire one of his assistants, but hey, the assistant probably is better than the head.
I like Kurt Rambis. I don't want to say anything bad.
Yeah,
Kurt, but yeah, I probably would agree. Just ever so slightly there.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like Minnesota has to take a risk. Like, I know I'm a big fan of Hollins, and I really hope that the Lakers can land Hollins if D'Antoni's fired tomorrow or the next day or now. It's fine looking at George Karl, but I'm thinking it's either Laimbeer or Hollins if I'm running Minnesota. I don't want Flip back. Flip.
No.
Flip is a system who, yes, you'll win games, but he's too, I think you've even said it, he's too jump shot reliable.
Yeah, he's just way too. He's very reliant on the jump shot, and it got really old. It did. It kept going on and on for many years, and as Shaq once said, when a team isn't progressing in a 6-year period, it's time to make a change, and that's what I thought years ago about Flip Saunders, and they waited about 4 years too long in that case. So it's like, why would you go right back to it again, even though it's a different team and all that? It hasn't worked anywhere. It didn't work in Detroit either, and they had a championship team there.
Yeah, exactly right.
Big time.
I mean, just have a look at Phoenix. They hire Jeff Hornacek. Some would say risky, never coached before. And I just feel like Laimbeer would have the same sort of effect on these guys, on the Timberwolves roster. And he knows how to win. He's won 4 championships, 2 as a player and 2 as a coach.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The guy's a winner.
Yeah.
A competitor.
He is, regardless if people like the way he wins or not. He's gotten it done.
Well, you know what? Bill Laimbeer was Detroit's knucklehead, and they loved him because he was their knucklehead. And if he was Minnesota's or the Lakers, we would have loved him. It's just, you're winning games, winning championships. Who cares?
Yeah. He was kind of a weird guy from what people say, but, Minnesota, we're all too sensitive over here. Just a little bit like, oh, wow, this team didn't play well, and then you can't say that. That's kind of the Minnesota culture. They tried.
I have noticed that on Twitter.
And I tend to be a bit more New York, Boston personality, and that doesn't seem to fly too well here, but that's okay.
Oh, well, stuff them. Just
Yeah,
keep telling it like it is.
yeah, exactly. I'm kind of more of a East Coaster, even though I'm not from there. I just am, you know. That's just the way I am. Yes, sure.
Yeah. So hopefully, I'm hearing Mitch is having a meeting with D'Antoni in the next couple of days.
And it should be. I really hope that you have your bags packed and that you have your office cleaned out. And if you could please hand me over your employee card and really appreciate the time you gave us, and we'll have a nice buyout worked out with your agent. Sounds like a plan, right?
That sounds like a fantastic plan.
Mm-hmm.
Then it'd be like, Lionel, Mr. Hollands, come this way. Your office is just over here.
Who's that guy? No, yeah.
Oh boy.
Why is it? Yeah, it's like it's weird that we're not really hearing his name anywhere, unless you are hearing it attached to the Lakers. Are you?
I'm not hearing it attached at all. It's just what I want.
What the heck? That does drive me nuts. All these guys, they go to the media and then you never hear about them again. It's weird, Jeff Van Gundy. Excuse me. Yeah, Jeff Van Gundy. What the hell?
Well,
never wants to come back. It seems like.
You know what Van Gundy's waiting for? And speaking of Van Gundy's, Stan Van Gundy's the other guy that T-Wills are looking at, apparently.
Oh, really?
The Ron Jeremy, you can have Ron Jeremy patrolling the sidelines.
Or actually, you know who we really think he is? Super Mario Brothers. Yes, we think he's Super Mario. Stan Van Gundy. Doesn't he look like Mario?
Well, being as I'm Italian, no, he doesn't.
He's not Italian, is he? Damn. Yeah, he must be German, right?
Van Gundy, I don't know. Might be Irish. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Jeff's waiting for the right gig.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who, but it'd seem with a couple of superstars, or like say if McHale left, he'd go, I might go back to the Rockets. Put his hand up for the Rockets job.
Yeah, as long as Steve Francis isn't there.
Yeah. Have you seen Steve Francis lately?
No, he has vanished off the face of the earth.
Oh, wow. Looks terrible.
Mm.
I think,
does he?
Allegedly had a crack habit.
Ooh,
crystal meth, whatever. He did not look good at all.
Yikes. That would explain the very, very quick decline. I mean, he went from like a guy who could score 23 points a game to a guy who couldn't even get in the game. I mean, remember when he returned to Houston? It's like, wait, what happened to him again?
Yeah, well, if you Google him, you'll find some very sad but interesting pictures, if that makes sense.
Maybe time to do that.
Yeah, it's not good. But now, listen, one thing that alarmed me this morning when I woke up, and the first thing I do is I check Real GM.
Yeah.
And you see the headline. Oh, boy. You see the headline, Lakers may be willing to trade their lottery pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you wonder what that could be that be a harbinger for?
Then I messaged you, and without even saying anything, Kevin Love popped into your head.
Yeah, I just kind of did that, and then like grinds teeth.
Yep.
Like,
Trading lottery pick possibility for Lakers. Oh, boy.
They're after somebody. Is it Kevin Love? Is it? It's not Carmelo. It's just not. That would be pointless. It's just oil and water there. Kobe and Carmelo, that doesn't go together. So, no. Kevin Love and Kobe might. It's probably not the match made in heaven, but it's certainly not a match made in hell either.
No, look, I think anywhere Carmelo goes, it's either Bulls or Knicks. And I got to think it's Bulls are well in front.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's even come out and said, winning's more important than money right now. Yeah, he's got enough money.
Yeah.
And he can still play for $88 million. I mean, gee whiz, it's not.
For crying
out loud. He's not going to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So I doubt. Yeah, you're right. I doubt it's Kevin. I doubt it's Carmelo Anthony. It's got to be. I think those rumors, mate, the package, I think he's trying to put together a package for Kevin Love. As much as you're going to hate that, hear that, I think that's Mitch's big plan.
Yeah, I mean, at minimum, they're certainly going to try. They're going to See if they can get us to bite. The summer has come.
I just want to know what pick we've got.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I probably like 5, 6, something around there. Because I know there's the ping pong balls are starting to set up, but then again, you never know how things change. Usually they.
I was going to say, look at New Orleans, how they got. Didn't they have the least chance of getting number one pick, and they ended up getting Anthony Davis?
Yeah, they moved up at least. I don't think they were super low, but they did move up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. From what I remember, though, I could be all over the place here on this one. But dare I dare I announce our sponsorship?
I dare say you should.
Like, not now, damn it. No. Well, it is 110% official now. Tallgrass from Manhattan, Kansas. Tallgrass Brewing has agreed to sponsor Showtime and T-Wolves Show, Purple Mafia, Brave the Wild, and that other one. Yep, Timberwolves Explosion. Right now I'm enjoying a pub ale. That is their original. So I figure start with the beginning. If it's this is the first show to have Tallgrass as our official sponsor, why not start with the original? That would be the pub ale. A basic, mild, kind of British type brown ale. Not bad at all. Excellent stuff. Gotta love it without a doubt. Very good. My overall favorite, though, is 8-Bit Pale Ale. You got Pac-Man licking his chops in the thing. I mean, there's mild ale, but then there's the pale ale. That's my overall favorite type of beer. It's just wonderful stuff, and the can is legendary, as you like to say. And they have 2 IPAs if you like something with even more zing per se from hops. That would be Ethos, which I now am pronouncing correctly, not Ethos, Ethos IPA, which is the newer of the 2. It is intense, wonderful stuff. Really highly recommend that. You can find these at liquor stores anywhere in the central time zone in the United States of America, and pray to God they will head towards Australia at some point, because Galaxy hops, which are prominent in 8-Bit, are from where?
The good old land of Down Under.
That's correct. So they better get that 8-Bit over in Australia. And the other IPA, which is in the fridge right now. Okay, I'm just imitating another guy over there.
In the fridge right now?
Remember that guy?
I do remember that guy. What a great idea that was.
Yeah, Greg's beer review is hilarious. But yeah, the other one that's in the fridge today is the Oasis IPA. Highly recommend that as well. Very, very cool, unique style. Actually, really, both IPAs are quite unique and outstanding. I mean, if you like IPAs, you will love those, and you will not be stuck in some type of like same old type of taste with any of these beers. You gotta love what they offer. And if you like stouts, we'll wrap this conversation up with the Buffalo Sweat, regular Buffalo Sweat, and of course the Vanilla Bean is the winter one, though they've run out for the year. Oh, and Halcyon is the summer wheat ale. Really, really good stuff on a hot summer day.
Geez, I need some Vanilla Bean right now. It's freezing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those
like we
keep you warm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, mate, it felt like I had 5 minutes of summer, and now winter's kicked in. Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Just goes with a dreary day, no playoffs, and a crappy weather, and it sucks.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, when it's cloudy and cold and raining, it sucks. And it's kind of been like that for all time, pretty much, especially in April.
And then we get Kevin Love, and everything's all right.
And then the sun's shining again, and the shades and the purple and gold shades are back on.
Would you take pick 5? So we get pick 5, and Mitch rings flip and says, "We'll re-sign." Pardon me. We'll re-sign Jordan Hill. We'll give you pick 5 and Jody Meeks for Kevin Love.
But Jordan Hill's just an energy guy, just like Gargi Zhang.
Yeah, apparently it's just rebounds and energy alone. Apparently, but no ability. Working beautifully, Joey.
Be taking more and more pot shots. I can't help it, but
well, it's a ridiculous comment. And yes. So would you take that if you're general manager, Joey?
That is it's a lot coming back, kind of like Garnett in a way, but actually better because there's more than one legit player coming back. They're not just a bunch of stiffs and failed experiments per se. Gerald Green worked out much later, but it took 3 years on like two different teams later. Um, Jordan Hill, yeah. I mean, I've actually always liked Jordan Hill, even though he's just an energy guy. No, I've always liked Jordan Hill. He's only 26 still, which I like.
Yep.
Uh, the fifth overall pick, though, it's kind of more of a that's a thing. I mean, you're gonna get a good player, but I don't know if you're gonna get a franchise player. That's the one thing that. But then again, I mean, I don't know if the Lakers are necessarily worried about giving us a franchise player or anything. Uh, I wish it was more of like a top two pick. If it
Well,
was,
well, you ain't. Well, so do we, but you ain't getting that.
yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, if the Lakers win the lottery, I think that deal's off, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, boys. Yeah, because
Well,
those are.
well, if you don't like Meeks, how about we throw in Nick Young?
Hmm.
I mean, he dropped. He loves coming off the bench, and he drops 18 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
Busts out 40 points, 30 points, 26 points.
So you're telling me Chase Bunninger can't do that, huh?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of agree with that. But well, Hummel can though. Okay. uh, that would be an interesting scenario. It's the old you don't want to trade your franchise player for a bunch of decent players because it seems like you never come ahead. But I don't know. Maybe we could pull a Denver Nuggets here. Maybe we could.
See, what if I'm seeing Flip? I'm seeing Flip bringing Mitch, right? So we get pick 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
And he rings Mitch and he says, "Now, Mitch, if Randall's available, you select him and we'll trade you Kevin Love, but you got to throw in Randall."
Ooh, yeah, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I think Randall is. That would be. Yeah. Well, yeah. So I'm imagining you with the fourth overall pick there, possibly around there, right? 4 or 5. If Randall was
Yep.
there, yeah, I would at least. Yeah, I would explore that. Then you got Jordan Hill and Nick Young or Jody Meeks coming back.
It's not bad. I mean, then and then you could trade Peck for even more really good pieces.
Then I would definitely trade him, especially if you have Jordan Hill and of course Gorgie together.
And
Oh
you've got
gosh,
a whole new fresh look. You've got Randall, Deng, Brewer, Rubio, Martin slash Meeks Young, whatever.
hmm
And you got Bill Laimbeer into Mouldy's team.
and into get some flagrant twos going, just a couple, just a couple, and then also we'd have a hell of a lot of energy too because gosh, we don't have one, but we have both of the guys that have a lot of energy.
Oh, the two best energy guys in the league.
Yep, and then
And we don't disagree that they have energy.
yeah, and then Mr. Energy himself, Corey Brewer, got
But
Mr. 51 points.
the fact is they don't rely on just energy to rebound. That's just
Yeah. Gorgie especially though, that guy's gonna be he's gonna be a great rebounder in this league.
oh mate, you have got an absolute
That's a,
gem there. And now doesn't Flip look a bit better now?
yeah, that's what I was about to say too. That draft pick right there of Gorgie Zhang is gonna keep Flip Saunders employed for a while. It bought him at least a couple extra years of
And
fan honeymoon per se.
and Shabazz, let's not forget old Bazza.
And I like him a lot. Yeah, I mean I
Yeah,
like him more
see?
than mm-hmm.
And I remember a TE episode, you and
Uh-oh.
Marcus. Oh, Bazzy's no good, oh dear. It's not getting any time, Marcus. You know. And now look at you, you're like, oh, God, he's the best rebounder in the world, in the universe. And Baz, I love Baz.
Did I rip Gorgie? Did I?
Yeah, you ripped him. Well, not as much as
Baz, yeah.
you stomped a mud hole in Baz and walked it dry, but
Yeah, yeah.
Augie, you're a bit more gentle.
Yeah, with Gorgie, I was saying that's the shot blocking center, you know what I mean? But it's like, is this stupid Edelman going to play him, though? But yeah, Shabazz, yeah, I will admit, looked like he was the kind of guy, wasn't going to get a ton of playing time right away, and we just up and trade him just like that, regardless if it's a good move or not, that's what was going to happen. Now it's going to get real interesting to see, because there's going to be some decisions made. Yeah, some guys are not going to be back.
No, that's right. But at least the coach coming in now, thank goodness that Baz got some playing time and he had some decent games. The coach coming in will say, this kid can play. He's going to be in the rotation. Deng's going to be in there. It's exciting times. I know you didn't make the playoffs, but it is exciting times. I think.
Yeah, and ultimately with these pieces, yes. I mean, I do have some optimism going into next year with these with the young players. To be honest with you, as long as we don't end up having to trade Love, if you get Julius Randle back, it eases the pain a bit. I think that's ultimately how I would see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
But I've got to ask you, mate. Have you had have the Wolves had their exit interviews yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Um,
When does that happen? Do you guys do that?
Exit interviews.
Yeah.
Uh, I believe so. Yeah. I mean, you would think they did actually, to be honest with you, but in terms of the head coach, they're saying that the decision could be made around Monday here in the U.S. time.
Well, we had ours on Friday, I think it was.
Hmm. Yeah, actually, I got to
Which
think it
was
was the day after. Yeah, I mean the day after so it must have been like Thursday, Friday. Yeah.
yeah, which was your Thursday. But um, interesting. I got a feeling. Jordan Hill, the way he was talking, I don't think he's coming back.
Mm.
And he had a career year. Like he had career highs in just about everything. I think.
Hmm.
Would he's definitely testing free agency, and I'm not sure we're going to pay him what he wants. So I think he'll go. Meeks definitely wants to stay, but again, don't know if we're going to pay him what he wants. Nick Young, I'm really confident Nick Young's going to stay.
Hmm.
I think we touched on it last show. I think about maybe 4 or 5 mil.
Yeah, he sounds yeah like a mid level exception, and apparently the salary cap is going to go up 7.7% as well this coming year. So
Okay.
yeah, it gives a little
Nice.
extra space. Yep.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure Mitch really likes Kendall Marshall. But the one that worries me is Pau Gasol. He definitely sounds gone.
Yeah,
He's talking championships and winning, and that's not going to happen next season.
yeah. It seems like one of those things where it was kind of inevitable the last 2 years or so, especially that the whole situation, potential Chris Paul trade, that kind of couldn't have made him feel too good either.
No, no, and the fact that D'Antoni has disrespected him from day dot.
Yes, yep, and Chris Kaman, yeah, both of them. He just basically said, abide
Well,
by my rules per se.
credit to Chris Kaman. He did go to D'Antoni and say, well,
Hmm.
D'Antoni doesn't communicate with him for 3 weeks, but credit to Chris Kaman for actually going up to D'Antoni and saying, if you're not going to play me, play Sakura and develop him.
Hmm. Yeah, at least, right?
That's exactly what he did. So you've got a player going up to a veteran coach saying that.
That's good. Yeah, I do like that.
But it doesn't say much for D'Antoni.
It doesn't say anything for D'Antoni, but it says a lot about Kaman. Yeah,
It
yeah,
does.
D'Antoni. Screw D'Antoni.
And if you read
Yep.
between the lines, Kaman sort of said, well, I'd like to come back, but, we've got to see not see what happens, but you know what I mean? Like, we'll see what happens like in the off season or whatever. But he was implying, read between the lines, if D'Antoni goes, I'll definitely try and come back.
Hmm. It's the old, if he goes, I'll stay. If he stays, I'll go.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mind. I like the signing, but just didn't. Yeah, just didn't pan out how we wanted because D'Antoni has no idea how to use post players.
Clearly, he doesn't, and he certainly, obviously, as we've said ad nauseum, doesn't know how to have any type of defensive set whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
get stops. That's it.
Yeah. Everything. Well, we got to get some stops.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That was. Oh, do that invitation again.
we got to get some stops.
Yeah, that's perfect. It sounds like him. Oh man,
Stupid Pringles looking peanut.
piece of
Uh,
crap.
ah.
Yeah, because from my side of things, yeah, we didn't really. There was no real conversation about exit interviews, which is kind of disappointing. Where I could see how the Lakers did have conversation about it. So
Yeah, they posted all the transcripts, and you could watch the actual interviews. And
yeah, it seems like most of the conversation locally is Adelman, 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 Adelman. And it's like, okay, just get it over with, damn it.
yeah,
Exit that
yeah,
interview. Mm. Or
it's
there's no interview, just exit. Oh,
get
zing.
that. Well, let's not be too harsh on Rick.
Yeah, that would be.
He's had a great coaching career. Unfortunately, without the chips.
Yeah, and
And
yes, he has had a great coaching career without a doubt, especially in the Portland and Sacramento time. Yeah.
yeah. So, we've speculated maybe the game's passed him by a bit. Maybe he doesn't relate to players as well as he used to.
And and his Achilles heel has always been young players, even in the his time in Golden State didn't work out for that reason. Houston, that was just injuries up the you know what, and of
Yep.
course in every stop there were issues with the young players. Even though the teams were good, there were certain young players that kind of got buried on the bench too. So seems like that's pretty much been his weakness is the young guys.
Yeah, I agree totally, and it happened all the way in Portland as well. He
Yeah,
buried he
exactly.
buried Robert Pack, buried Petrovic.
Hmm.
Then Robert Pack leaves and he busts out a little and has a really nice solid career, and then he
Yeah,
blew out his knee, and that was the end for Robert Pack. But
yeah, yep. Then he was just a role player. Yep.
yeah,
And he
so
he was damn good for a while, and I know the Wolves back then were just drooling over him. They really wanted to get him free agency trades, all that good stuff. Talking 20ish years ago,
yep,
good
yep,
old days.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing, mate. I think about this a lot, the draft,
Hmm.
and I'm going to make a prediction here.
Yeah,
This name just keeps popping up in my head, and this is who I think we're going to get. It's the vibe of the thing, as I tell Mr. McCoy. I just think we're going to get Julius Randle.
I would like that. I mean, I would like that for multiple reasons, but yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean, and I think that would be very cool to see the Lakers with Julius Randle, just in general as if I'm on the Lakers side, that's who I'd want, honestly.
Well, Pau Gasol is clearly going to leave.
Hmm.
You slide him in. You let him develop. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Put him right on in and rock and roll. I mean, even though he's 19, he played pretty damn good in that tournament. Helped his team get to obviously the NCAA tournament. Helped them get to the championship game. And I wouldn't say he was the reason they lost. That's for sure.
Well, you guys did the same with Kevin Love. You drafted him. You pretty much put him straight in.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, he didn't get like full time right away. Randy Whitman and Kurt Rambis kind of, yeah, they weren't the best coaches for him. That's for sure. But not really. No. And it seemed like Kevin Love's second year with Rambis, it was really frustrating for him because he wasn't even able to start, even though a lot of people believe, you could tell he was at least the third best player on the team at the time, if not the
Yep.
second best behind Big Al. And they
Yep.
wooldn't even start him, and yeah, he was pretty pissed
Mhm.
off.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Marcus gave him hell. Yeah.
I bet you
Yeah.
did.
Hmm.
You guys are flip floppers. We'll have to call you
Look at us.
flip floppers.
Guys are flip floppers. Why is he not playing him, Marcus? Okay, sorry.
Uh, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the draft. I just keep thinking we're getting Randall. So
It's going to be really fun. Yeah, it seemed like, well, at least the same. I wish I could get a different mock draft. So it seems like this one is stuck on sixth pick with Marcus Smart, but we'll see.
yeah, and
Marcus.
Dante Exum stock keeps rising.
Yeah. Yeah, they have
Uh,
him going to the Celts.
yeah, he just signed a massive deal with Adidas.
Hmm.
Yes,
Really? Hmm.
yeah, he did. Yeah.
So now it's going to be the big buyout deal. No. A la Ricky Rubio, right?
Oh well, no, it's just like an endorsement deal.
Oh, I'm blanking. Excuse me.
What do
Oh,
you
okay.
think? What are you thinking?
Yes.
EuroLeague or something? Huh?
Yeah, I'm going nuts. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, you're talking about the shoe line. I'm an idiot. Sorry. I apologize. bar fight against Joey.
Slow down on the drinks, Joey.
Adidas, yep.
Yep. Oh, yeah, you guys say Adidas. We say Adidas.
You say Adidas, I say Adidas. Okay. pretty much it all right.
Well, you still stuffed it up how we say it, but don't worry.
I did. Oh, yes.
Yeah, so he's got that endorsement deal with Adidas. And you Americans, you're so creative. But his old man played here in Australia for many, many years. Hence why Cecil's his dad, why Dante is Australian. Mm-hmm. And so is Kyrie Irving, mind you, born here in Melbourne.
Yeah, that's very cool, isn't it?
Yeah, so his old man, Kyrie's old man wasn't a massive star down here. He just played in the lower level sort of semi-pro, I'd say, league. Mm-hmm. But Kyrie got hit with the talent stick pretty well, I think.
Oh my, yeah, that's another guy you would very much like in purple and gold and purple.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
You're like, nah, we don't need that Marcus Smart guy. Nah.
I'd take him too, mate. Mm-hmm. I'd take him too because he looks tough.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely a large point guard as well. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he had a hell of a freshman year anyway. Yeah.
Yep. I think just going to keep improving Marcus Smart. So. Mm-hmm. Any predictions for you guys though? Anyone you just feel like you can feel it in your bones? You're going to get someone, maybe a Nicky Stauskas or a Shabazz Napier. No, you're not getting him.
Shabazz Muhammad. No. Like Joey. Right now, I'm kind of. I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of behind on the draft per se, at least in the teens right now. But I will be. I will be getting stronger in that area at this point. It's kind of because I've just been stuck in who the heck's going to be there. Right now, this draft is saying Gary Harris from Michigan State. I would not mind that at all. Shooting guard, of course. Only 19. I wouldn't be against that. That's for sure. As for the Mr. Shabazz, maybe, but no. In this mock draft, I don't even see him in here, so I don't know what's going on with that. They have him going 28th from Connecticut. Yeah, that's obviously national champions right there. I would not mind Gary Harris. I mean, a lot of Michigan State players have. Well, it's kind of been a hit and miss with them in the NBA. Seems like a lot of the colleges with great success, it's been hit and miss with certain guys like Duke, Kyrie Irving, big hit. William Avery, big miss, stuff like that. So,
William Avery.
Just a few. Yeah, William Avery. Talk about big miss. He didn't do anything.
Oh.
And then
massive flop.
Yeah, and other situations, guys like Shane Battier, who was, taken was he second overall? Because he's definitely not a second overall pick. He's been a nice role player.
Second? Yeah. Was he second overall?
Yeah, or was it fourth? Back in 2000, but it might have been fourth to the Grizzlies, but if that's where they,
I think it was fourth.
But yeah, it's still how there were times he was looked on to be number one overall, and then it's just a role player, stuff like that. Just a lot of the Dukies didn't really pan out to be as good as they're supposed to be. Once in a while, you get a big one. Spartans, it's kind of been the same thing. I mean, remember how Mateen Cleaves is looked on as this? He was going to be this star in the NBA, and then he did absolutely nothing. So, still can't believe what happened there.
Yeah, he sucked.
He didn't do anything, did he? So it's always a hit and miss, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm kind of still a bit foggy when it comes to making a prediction at this point, but hopefully by next show though I'll be a bit more caught up on the whole NBA draft deal.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do a draft show and
absolutely, yeah. Just
review who we got. Mm-hmm. We don't care what any other team does. We just care about us.
Yeah, sadly, right now I'm kind of stuck on the whole season just finally ending, in a mean way. And of course the whole coaching situation, that's kind of been my top focus of late.
Yep. Yeah, me too, mate. I'm just Just waiting to, wake up that one morning and on the ESPN little app there, it says Mike D'Antoni relieved of his duties as head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Mm-hmm. Search begins immediately.
Oh, I just might have to throw the old hat in the ring, I think.
Mm-hmm. And it is interesting that Stan Van Gundy's name has been brought up over here in Mini, so we'll see. I mean, yep, go ahead.
I was just going to say that is one guy I would like to see take that job as well.
Yeah, I've always kind of liked him. I find him to be quite entertaining as well with that voice. It's just unmistakable, isn't it? Oh, Dwight! You're killing us! No, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think he'd let Kevin Love shoot that many threes either.
Yeah, he might be a little bit more of a control coach, I think, than what Love has seen so far. Because I mean, Adelman's not a control coach with the players out there on the floor. He's more of a control coach with just the young guys, not letting them play. Yeah, that's the only control part that Adelman is. He's generally pretty open when it comes to the offense, isn't he? So,
yep.
I think what's his name might be a little more structured. Which, I don't know. I could. It's the last thing I think that actually might not be a good idea. I don't know about that. No.
Yeah, it's Well, with that, you got anything else to add to this little drinking session we've had here?
Mm-hmm. Our little version of mini-sode, yes.
Ooh, checks in the mail, Hank.
Checks in the mail, Hank. Yep, I owe him a lot. I've been racking him up. I've really been racking him up. He's going to take me to court. But other than that, yeah, right now it's just pretty much hoping for the right coach, all that. It sucks that we're probably not going to get those two big names, obviously Izzo or Hoiberg. Izzo, I think, is always just he's probably never going to coach in the NBA. And Hoiberg, it's just he probably will someday, but it's just he's home in basically a dream job for himself. They call him the mayor there in Iowa City. So I mean, it doesn't get better than that. So that's kind of my final thought, is just hoping and praying that we get the right guy. It's tough. It really is.
Well, when I say I'm not sold on Tom Izzo, not the fact that he can't coach. I'm just not sold that he'd come to the NBA. I think he's quite comfortable where he is.
Yeah, I mean, he's a legend there, and he's won at least a couple of national championships, and he's pretty much been there forever. And it would be probably kind of weird for him to just start somewhere in the NBA, a completely different vibe. So easier said than done.
Well, I'm pretty much in the same respect. I've got nothing really to add except I just really hope they at least give Lionel Hollins an interview. Mm-hmm. See what he has to offer. See if he can just win over the Mitch and the Bus family.
Yeah, that it either goes there or here. Hopefully, one of us get him.
All right, and with that, well, let's wish everyone a happy Easter. Of course, it's Easter Sunday tomorrow for us.
Yes, sir, and it's Good Friday right now, but it will be Easter Sunday very, very soon. Yeah, we do want to wish you a very happy Easter and a beautiful, beautiful time. That is, I was going to say beautiful, beautiful springtime, but it's like kind of becoming spring. That's why I'm a little afraid to say it. It's really on the putz over here when it comes to spring.
Well, I'd rather spring than winter, but
oh yes.
Yeah, we'll be back probably when draft time around then, or if there's any major news with our teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we'll pop in sooner than later. I would hope anyway.
That's it. And thanks to Tallgrass Brewing Company where are they located, Joey?
They're located in Manhattan, Kansas.
Wonderful sponsors of our show, and you can find us at Showtime and T-Wolves on Twitter, and also the Facebook page. Just search Showtime and Timberwolves. You'll find us.
Absolutely.
Take care, everyone, and go Lakers on draft day.
And go Timberwolves on draft day.
Boo.